Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqueline, and as you can tell by the title, we are going to be doing a get ready with me video. So you're going to get ready with me for school or for class. It is 3 p.m. so technically it's for class. And I'm just going to show you what I do every day for school when I'm getting ready. It's a really simple look that I like to do every day, and it's not too heavy and it doesn't ruin your skin or anything. And yeah, so if you'd like to know how I do my makeup for school, just keep watching. Alrighty. Okay, so I just washed my face and made sure my base is nice and clean. And the first thing I like to do is actually to use Glossier's drops. So I purchased the Super Bounce and Super Pure. And typically what I like to do is just put a few drops over my skin, sort of as a base to, oh my god, I just dropped some on my skin, just in these 3 drops. I do use both of them. So Super Pure is to calm breakout prone skin and redness, and the Super Bounce is to ease and soften tight, rough skin. So I just like to apply this to my skin before I do anything. So the next thing I'm going to do, or the next instructions that it says on the Glossier bottle, is to make sure that I follow with a moisturizer. So I like to use my Aveeno Fresh Essentials Daily Moisturizing Moisturizer or Nourishing Moisturizer with vitamin A, C, and E. I've been using this since I was 16 and I haven't changed from it because I absolutely love it, and it smells amazing. I don't know what scents are in it because it doesn't say, I don't think. But it smells good. Sorry, my nose is like really dry, so I have to moisturize my nose as well. It's -22 where I am, so I think that's enough said. It's -22 where I am. So now that that's on, so for my makeup and for my skin specifically, I don't typically like to wear foundation, especially if I'm just going to class. So typically I use 2 concealers, and these are the Instant Age Rewind, which I feel like everybody knows about, and of course I just love it. It's just great, and I love the applicator, how it's a sponge, so it goes on really nicely. And this is in the shade Neutralizer, if you guys are in the same shade range as me. So I use that typically just to do highlighting on my skin or where I feel like I need to brighten up my face. And then for my other concealer that I used for like hiding spots, I used the e.l.f. concealer in the shade Fair, although I don't think this is very fair because I'm kind of yellowish tanned. So I just use this to cover up blemishes that I have. So right now I'm just going to apply it to a few little spots on my face that I feel like I need to have that look great. And now I'm going to go in with my Instant Age Rewind. I don't ever do my eyebrows. Not gonna lie to you, I do like them to be natural, and they're not crazy. Oh my god, there's something in my eye. I do like them to be natural, so I usually don't like to wear a lot of stuff on my eyebrows. So right now I'm just gonna take my BH Cosmetics brush in the 128 brush, and it's honestly the best concealer brush that I've ever used. I've been using this for 3 years and I don't want to switch to anything else, and I never actually use a beauty blender either. I feel like well, I've bought 2 from Sephora that I don't really use too often. Unless I want to bake, then I use it, but otherwise I just use this typical brush. So I'm just gonna go in, and I like to stick with a certain color when I'm doing my concealer. So like all these darker ones, I'm gonna go in first and then do my light ones after. So I like to do a line. Sorry, I just like deviated from what we were talking about. But I like to do just a strip of the highlighting concealer on my nose. I do have a relatively flat nose, so I kind of want to do a nasally look, but at the same time I'm going to school, so I also don't care enough to really do contouring on my nose. So I'm just gonna blend that into my forehead a little bit more, and then I just take the brush, the side of the brush, and kind of get the concealer in. Alrighty, so the next thing I'm going to do is go in with a little bit of powder. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Natural Glow Lotion. As you can see, I have a lot of e.l.f. products, but honestly, they work really well. But anyways, I have this Natural Glow Lotion that I like to apply to my skin before I go into the dry products. So there's this. I'm just going to pat all over my skin. And honestly, it gives me this like super shiny look that I love. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is go in with a powder. This is the e.l.f. HD powder. I'm just going to take a nice fluffy brush and just put it underneath my eyes and into my T-zone. And you're just going to want to pat this into your skin. Obviously, I'm not going to bake because, again, I'm going to class and I just want my makeup to stay. So I'm just going to put it in my T-zone and kind of wipe off the excess that I don't need. Cool beans. Alrighty. So next thing I'm going to do is put on bronzer. In light of the Christmassy time and all this coldness, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's cold here. I've lost my tan on majority of my face, minus my forehead, which is still kind of dark. I've lost my tan, so I need bronzer. So I'm just gonna go in with my bronzer here and just kind of go into my cheekbones. I like to start with the hole that I have in my cheekbones. If you guys can't tell, I do have these like random divots in my skin, and then I like to just put some bronzer on my cheeks. So yesterday I went to play volleyball for the first time in 2 years. 2 years. I mean 3 years. I haven't played since like high school. So I decided to play, and it was a blast. I had so much fun that I played for 3 hours. And obviously, if you haven't played a sport in a long time, your body's not going to be used to it. I am so tired today. Like, my body is so sore. And my arms literally just look like a disaster. They're so bruised. I also somehow popped a blood vessel somehow in my thumb, and I mean, that happened. I don't know how. Oh, I totally forgot to tell you guys. I'm using the butter bronzer in by Physicians formula and the light bronzer. It is kind of light for my skin, because it doesn't show up too much, I don't think, but it does give me a tiny bit of color. So I probably would go a shade darker once I finish this one. Alrighty, so what I just did here was I dipped the brush into the pan just at the tip, and I'm lightly kind of going as like where I would typically go if I were to contour my nose, which in this case I'm not going to, but I typically just put it on my nose so that it looks, you know, kind of more shaped than flat. So that's what I like to do for my skin. If I'm feeling fresh, if I'm feeling fun, I also like to do some, I don't know where my palette is, there it is. I also like to do some eyeshadow for fun. So I find that typically for my skin tone that a lot of like deep plums and oranges do look nice, but for the sake of school I'm probably just gonna go in with this color and this color and this color, and this is the Huda Beauty Warm Browns Obsession palette, and I'm honestly just gonna put a tiny bit right on this little tiny crease that I have there, just for a little bit of color. If you're wondering why I do my eyeshadow after my mascara, I just about always, I mean always, get mascara on my eyelids, so I just don't want to have to worry about cleaning that up, and also because then I'd have to do my eyeshadow again, which doesn't make sense to me. So I'm just using this very thin brush. I know a lot of people would typically use like a C-shaped brush to pack on color, or even a blending brush, but I'm using this brush 132 by BH Cosmetics, again, just to get in here. I don't know why I keep saying again, like, but I'm just gonna go in with that color. This was the deepest color. I don't know. Yeah, there's no shades on this one. I don't know what shade this is, but it's just like this orangey color, which I find looks really nice on my skin tone. So that's honestly all I'm going to do. I feel like it does make a difference though, in the look. And then lastly, I'm gonna go in with this deeper auburn color and just go near the end of my eyes, and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so that's all I like to do for my eyeshadow. It's not much, but it's still something. And as for the rest of my eyes, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you can check out how I do my eyelashes in the tutorial I have, but obviously I didn't do as much today. I used just very little mascara, and I was using the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara instead of the Lash Sensational Mascara, which I also really like. And yeah, so in terms of like blush and highlighter, I don't typically wear blush, but I do like to use highlighter when I can. And I'm actually going to go in with my BECCA highlighter in Champagne Pop and put a tiny bit on my cheeks. Just a tiny bit. So I'm just going to go in with my brush. This is so pigmented. Guys, I love putting on highlighter because I'm just like, wow, it's just wonderful. Amazing. Okay. And then I just take with my finger and just put it on the tip of my nose, because who doesn't like a little bit of it's been a long day. Okay, so before I do my makeup, I always do put on Vaseline as well. I have been wearing it for a while, so I'm not gonna reapply, otherwise eyeliner doesn't go on very well. So I'm just gonna go in with my absolute favorite lip liner in the world. I usually get it off of ASOS, and it's the Berry M lip liner in the shade 01H6, but it's this very like neutral colored lip liner that I absolutely like. It's just amazing. It just suits my lip color so well. So I love using this one. So I'm just gonna go in and line my lips. So the outside of my lips are actually kind of faded. I don't know why, but they are. Just gotta deal with it. Alright, so that was gross. And yeah, so this is basically what I like to do for school every day. It's pretty simple, and I find like it just feels comfortable, and it's not too heavy on my skin, and it's not too heavy to wear around all day, and it lasts, and that's why I do this every day. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have any comments about what makeup I should try out, or any tips and tricks that you guys usually do with your makeup, please leave it in the comments below. And if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, and of course click that red button down below and subscribe. So until next time, which will be next Thursday, I will be posting videos every Thursday on similar content. So if you'd like to see more of that, remember to click subscribe. And until then, I'll see you then.